was just looking outside. I was hoping that maybe it was snowing. I really wish it would snow. I really like snow. But until we get some snow, I'm here today back in my kitchen, Teacher Kim, to make something with you guys today. And we call these sweet tortilla snowflakes. So, you have a few things that you need to gather together. We'll gather those up and come on back and get ready to create your snowflake with us, all right? Okay, you have everything you need. So the first thing that we're gonna do is you need to get your pair of scissors today, and you need to have your grown-up, or you need to wash them really well because we're gonna be touching food with them, and you wash your hands as well, right, before we cook. And so you need a clean pair of scissors and you need your tortilla. So the first thing we're going to do is fold our tortilla in half. Right? So it looks kind of like that in a half circle. And then we're going to fold it again. And so now it kind of looks like a triangle, right? So we're going to cut on this, kind of like you'd make a snowflake. Have you ever made those out of paper? Maybe. So we're gonna use our little snippers, our scissors, and we're just gonna make some snips, like that. See how I cut out that little triangle? You can make little snips on the side where you folded it, and on this side where you folded it. We can make some more little snips. Snips, snips. I'm gonna make one snip here on the end, right at the tip. So that's kind of what my tortilla looks like now. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open it up and see if it looks like a snowflake. What do you think? Kind of like a snowflake, right? So you can either at this point, you can stop and get ready to do the next step, or if you feel like you want to put some more cuts in it, you can. We do want to kind of keep some of the tortilla though, because if we cut too much out of it, then there's not anything left for us to eat. Just a bunch of holes. So we have our tortilla cut. We have it on a piece of foil on a pan. And the next thing we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to get your grown-up to melt some butter for you, okay? I'll give you a few minutes, have your grown-up melt the butter. Depending on how many tortillas you make, will depend on how much butter you need. If you're just making one tortilla, you need just maybe a tablespoon, all right? Okay, see you in a minute. Okay, I have my melted butter right here in this little bowl, right? It's kind of hot, so we need to be sure that we're being careful with that. Always in the kitchen, we wanna be careful. I have this kind of a paintbrush thing that looks like it's a paintbrush, right? But it's for cooking, it's for doing baking things, so you can clean it. So I'm gonna dip it in my butter, and I'm going to paint my tortilla. If you do not have one of these cooking brushes, you could use just a spoon and you could spoon it on and kind of rub it around. Or if you have a brand new paintbrush that you've never used before for anything, you could also paint it on with that. Okay, so we're gonna paint on just a layer of the melted butter and kind of see it's on there. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're going to mix some sugar, which I have in my bowl, and some cinnamon together. We're gonna mix it up in this bowl and we're gonna sprinkle it on our tortilla. So I'm gonna add a little bit of cinnamon in here, and then we're gonna stir it around. This is something the kids can help do. Put your cinnamon in a bowl, help the kids can help you stir it, right? The kids could do their own cutting on their tortilla. Kids, you guys can spread your own butter on there. You can do a lot of this. This is actually, maybe you wanna make it for your family. You could do it together with one of your grown-ups, and then you could share it with everybody that's in your family, right? Make everybody one. All right, so now I have my cinnamon and sugar mixed up in my bowl, and I'm gonna take my spoon and just a little bit on there, and I'm gonna kind of shake it around on the top of my tortilla. A little bit more. this is what makes it the sweet part, right? Because we know that sugar is sweet. If you are using some other kind of sweetener, it works as well. If you're not using sugar right now, you could use another kind of a sweetener on it as long as it was granulated like that, and some cinnamon. Just for fun, if you have some and your grown-up says you can, it's fun to put some colored sprinkles on it. It kind of makes it look kind of festive. So I'm going to put a little bit of green sprinkles, and I'm going to put a little bit of yellow sprinkles on mine, and maybe just a bit of pink. All right, my tortilla is ready to go in the oven. So we're going to put the oven at 350. We're going to put in our tray, and we're going to kind of keep our eye on it. But it takes usually, if you're cooking just one tortilla at a time, it's going to take maybe 10 minutes to get that all bubbly and get that butter melted and have it be done. So I'll pop it in the oven and we'll see you back in a minute. Okay, everybody, my tortilla is done. My snowflake tortilla is all delicious looking. It got kind of brown and it gets a little bit crunchy on the edges, and some, it tastes really good. And it actually, I have my nice cup here of a hot beverage. Maybe you got some cocoa, maybe you got some coffee if you're a grown-up, but sure goes good together. I'm just gonna keep my eye out the window, and just in case I see a snowflake or something, but I really wish it would snow. How about you? Thanks for coming and making some snack with us today. Hope you had fun. Bye, little Acorn. See you next time in my kitchen.